Tonight I went into my garden and picked some silver beets, some kale and some spring onions to add to the veggies that we already had in our fridge. I'm a big advocate for not wasting food, so everything goes into the pot. We've got little people in our house, so I tend to cut things smaller than I would if I was just cooking for adults. Straight into the pan is something I find easiest, and you end up with beautiful little florets with your brassica. I think colour is really important when you're cooking. They say that we eat with our eyes first. Getting into our homegrown veggies here, and like I say, nothing is wasted. These vegetables are so much more vibrant and full of life than the ones that I pulled out of the refrigerator. I always do a quick bug check because we grow everything organically, and especially with the kale because bugs tend to hide in there. Tonight it was clean, everything's super firm and fresh and just so delicious. A little bit of water so that my veggies can steam a little. Again, little people, they like soft. So our meal tonight is very much in line with my philosophy in the garden, which is for free or as free as possible. So we've got some mee goreng Indomie noodles here, which are chucked in the microwave. Carbohydrates are covered, and that helps to keep the overall cost of our meal to a minimum, especially when vegetables are coming from our garden. I rely heavily on store-bought crushed garlic. As you can see, I buy it by the small bucket. Fantastic in winter for keeping away those awful bugs. We go through it like crazy. My husband calls it jarlic, which always cracks me up. Lots of ginger. Again, it's winter. We've not been well, which is another reason that I've opted for an easy meal tonight. Utilising the flavours that come with the noodles as well as some staples that I tend to keep in my pantry means that we end up with a really flavourful meal. And I also have some control over the nutritional value that goes into these 2-minute noodles. I always turn the pan off before I add the noodles, or they are guaranteed to stick to the bottom. And plot twist, I was making bacon the whole time. So this is how I make sort of 6 or so rashers of bacon, enough for the entire family, and then we get to eat it crunchy on top instead of soggy and mixed through. A few chopped peanuts, the dried shallots again that came with the noodles, and then I top it with our bacon, our fresh spring onion or green onion, and finally some incredible sriracha. This meal is absolutely delicious, nutritious, and low cost. It ticks all my boxes, and I highly recommend you give it a go. What did you think, Imogen?
I thought it was delicious.